Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you are watching this. So I was not planning to film at all today, but I really got this strong download that came in, so I just had to come here and quickly film this for you. And I also, right before I started filming, I saw the number 77. And this is also June 26th, so 6/26 when I'm filming this. So there's a lot of synchronicities with numbers. If you have been noticing a lot of number synchronicities, or maybe specifically the number 77, that might be like a really big confirmation that this message is for you. But if that's not the case, you can see from the title that this message is specifically for those of you in the collective who are really close to manifesting something, who are like on the verge of manifesting it, or like you're so close to bringing something into your life, and this little shift is what's gonna like align it or like bring it in. It's like gonna shift the energy for you. And so before we get into the cards, I'm just gonna give you what was coming to me, the message. Okay, so what came to me was that you could have been in your mind searching for reasons as to why something wasn't working out, why something wasn't happening, why something wasn't working out, why things weren't aligning, or why you weren't getting your way, or why things weren't going your way. It feels like there is a heavy emphasis from your mind unconsciously, really, like when you're just walking or when you're just doing something that doesn't require a whole lot of conscious thought, is when these things would creep in of like reasons to explain why something wasn't going your way or why something wasn't happening. And this shift is you starting to find reasons as to why something is happening. You're no longer feeding the it isn't happening with finding reasons for that, finding reasons to feed that train of thought. It's like you're shifting away from that and you're starting to feed the train of thought of why it is happening. Even if that's little things that you see, little signs that you see, little confirmations. If it's like you're starting a business, you got one little payout, or you got one client, or you got one sale, like that, then your mind is focused on like, okay, so it is happening. Like that's a reason why it is happening, or finding little reasons why something is actually happening. It's this shift where you are starting to look for reasons as to why things are working out, or you're starting to feed that mindset. And you're starting to give it all the reasons why something is working out in your favor. And that's exactly what is then creating this alignment, or is what is then bringing it in officially into your life. It's this one little shift of your mindset, of no longer unconsciously finding reasons as to why something isn't working, but starting to feed your mind consciously reasons why it is working. So then eventually unconsciously you start to go into that pattern of thinking. When this message was coming in, I even saw 11:10, and so it was giving me this feeling that like there is this shift that's happening. It's just this is just that one thing to get you to 11:11, because 11:11 is like the right path, divine doors, like everything's opening up for you. 11:10, it's like you're almost there, and this gives me a feeling like you're almost there. And I was also hearing Spirit saying to start writing down all the reasons why something is working in your favor. Even if you only, like we said, see a small glimpse, just write it down. Start to build up proofs that this thing is happening for you or working in your favor. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, start building up proofs in the favor of that thing. And even if sometimes these proofs include reasons why it should happen, or why you are already qualified, things like that, write those down too. Build up as many proofs as you can and constantly feed your mind these proofs, because it's going to get your unconscious mind to start doing this for you. So you don't have to consciously do this. Like later on, the more you do this, the more your unconscious mind will pick up on this pattern. And then anything you want to manifest moving on in the future, your mind will start to find reasons automatically why you can and why it's working out, and it'll start to bring you the opportunities. So now that was the bulk of the message that was coming to me, and I wanted to then pull some cards. I actually wanted to get from this deck first. It's funny because when I was shuffling this deck, the reason I pulled it is because I was seeing the victory card in this deck in my mind's eye, and as I was shuffling it, I looked and I saw the success card, and I was thinking, man, I should really be shuffling these on camera, because like that's just so synchronistic to see the success card. And I like, if I shuffled on camera, you would be able to see it too. And then as I was saying that, the next shuffle I saw the victory card, and I was like, wow, that just confirms me like I should be shuffling these on camera. But anyways, I didn't do that. So Spirit, what other message would you like to add to this for the collective? We have productivity. So the thing I'm getting with this, the first thing is that August could be significant. You could be receiving like some type of news, or in general, like August could just be really important in your manifestation. I'm also seeing the 8 of Wands in my mind. So like you could be receiving, like I said, some fast news, or information could be coming in August, or this manifestation could be entering your life in August, or you're gaining like signs and things are starting to align in the month of August. The other thing that I'm seeing here is that your productivity is paying off. Like, I'm hearing Spirit saying to not get down on yourself and thinking that your efforts aren't going to pay off. Your efforts are paying off. The actions that you've taken are paying off. And just like a pumpkin takes time to grow, whatever it is that you've been manifesting has taken time to grow, even if you didn't necessarily see that growth. So if you can start to, like we said with that earlier message, provide proofs as to the growth, no matter how insignificant those proofs may seem, it adds up. It's productive. I do feel like there may be some trial and error that you may have to go through, but ultimately, depending on what it is that you're looking to manifest, but ultimately, it's all productive. Like, even the trial and error, even the things that didn't work were still productive. Even the efforts that didn't necessarily give you a payoff were still productive, because they showed you what wasn't working. They gave you a deeper understanding. They helped you to learn, and that is all part of this process. So I'm also hearing Spirit saying not to feel down on yourself, thinking that things you're doing aren't leading you to the results or aren't productive, because that's not true. Even if something didn't give you the results that you wanted or the outcome that you wanted, it was still productive in showing you, okay, this thing didn't work, let me try something else. Let me try another way. It's not that you needed to change your desires, it's just that you needed to try a different approach. And so each approach that you went through, or each trial that you went through, was teaching you more and more about what works and what doesn't, what aligns with you and what doesn't, what makes you feel good and what doesn't. And so you're just learning, and that's all productive, even if you didn't get the exact outcome. But through that process, you are now coming to a place where you are receiving the outcome that you want. And even if it will take a few more efforts, or like I said, this download is what I feel like is the last bit for many of you. But even if it takes a little bit of effort in that sense to consciously act in this way, where you're feeding your mind the proofs and you're starting to get your mind to see how it is working out, ultimately you're going to get that payoff. So try not to get too down about the timing of it, because it's unfolding. And the more you can see that, the easier it will be for you to take the steps, and the less resistance you'll feel. All right, Spirit, what message do you have for the collective? Ooh, I love this. Wow. Look at what is on the bottom here. That's unbelievable. Well, it's really not unbelievable. We have the moon and the sun with the world card. I feel like partly for some of you, there's some like astrological events that are taking place because we have the moon, the world, which is like Earth, and then the sun. So it's like planetary alignments or planetary things are also helping to boost your manifestation. It's also helping to boost alignment for you. And with this moon, it feels like phases. So something is coming in phases, or it's coming and then we literally have a full moon on the 29th. So for some of you, a full moon or that full moon in specific, depending on when you're watching this, could be a really significant period for you, or it's like starting, like it's marking the end. Okay, I'm getting a few different things. This full moon that's coming up could be marking an end of a cycle for you, an end of a period of time of waiting. So once this full moon starts to wane and we start to get to the new moon, that will be, I feel like, the time where things are starting to close out. That's like the cycle will start to end after this full moon. And that's when that closing period will happen. And that this new moon after that, I think, will be a really big time for you. Of newness, of change, of growth, of expansion with this, the sun card here. With expansion, with things growing. But again, I'm feeling like something will be moving in cycles for some of you. There may be periods of time with huge bursts of growth or huge bursts of forward, outward movement and progress, and other periods of time where there's slower movement or where there's less outward visible progress happening. And I think if you can come to honor that, so when you start to see that huge burst of outward movement, lean into that. And when you start to notice things slow down, lean into that and go inward. In those times of inward focus is when you can really address any inner shifts that need to happen, or address any inner needs that need to be met. And in this way, because even the world card kind of speaks of cycles, right? So like, and in this way, you'll be able to ride the wave of the cycles instead of trying to force change or force things to happen. You'll be able to ride that wave. So when things are going good, you're enjoying it and using that experience to make really strong external progress. And when things are slowly like dying back, or when things are going more inward or slowing down, is when you have time to reflect and go inward and get the rest that you need, rejuvenate your energies, fill yourself back up, maybe address any subconscious things that may be coming up, any mental, like any thoughts or any deep subconscious patterns that you're noticing. That would be the time to address it. So it's about working with the cycles. Is there anything else? Spirit. I think keep going. Keep putting in the effort. This Eight of Pentacles in specific is giving me the feeling of keep going, because the skills that you've acquired, the trials and errors that you've gone through, all of those things are going to be well rewarded. You're going to receive rewards for the skills and things that you've developed through this period of time. Through this period of time of working on your mind and working on yourself and upgrading and up-leveling and evolving through this manifestation, through working on receiving this manifestation. The evolution that you've had as an individual has enhanced your skills and gifts, and because of that you're receiving rewards. So continue to put in that effort. Again, it kind of goes back to this productivity message of like, nothing is going to go to waste. It's all productive, even if you don't see it just yet. Spirit, what am What message would you like to give? What message would you like to add to this reading? We have gratitude here. Your victory is at hand. Also, number 44 could be significant as well. Keep going because you are emerging victorious. And it's not something you have to force, but it's something that as you go about, it will naturally come to your awareness. The opportunity will naturally come in. Spirit, what last message do you have before we close this reading? Wow, we have 22 here. 22, 44. Remember I was saying, like, look at that. 44 at the bottom. That is so synchronistic. I was saying too that, oh God, spiders. I was saying too that there's a lot of number synchronicities. So if you've been seeing a lot of number synchronicities, I feel like that's a good sign that you're getting closer and closer. Keep going. Like, don't give up now. I want to read from the guidebook for these. I feel like I'm going to read Panther Spirit. I'm just going to take it because it came for a reason. This 22 truth transcends illusion sometimes feels like this moon card to me, of like the truth transcends your illusion. You could be also out of fear creating an illusion that your manifestation isn't going to happen, or like allowing the fear to be placed on a, like, in a position of power and authority, when in reality that fear is just fear. It's like false evidence appearing real. It's not actually real. It's not truly going to determine anything. So if you can, like, take it down from a position of power, if you can take the fear down from a position of power by addressing it, you'll start to put yourself in that position of power. You'll reclaim your power and have your victory. Dragonfly Spirit is here to remind you of the wisdom and truth available at all times in the hidden realms. Just as a dragonfly catches your eye with its reflective wings and body, Dragonfly Spirit appears to tell you to pay attention to truth beyond the illusion and recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere, peeking through from behind the veil. In the realm of spirit, there is far more wisdom than you can perceive with your senses, and there is a deep knowing that you are not separate or alone, for a higher power recognizes you and loves you beyond measure. Fears dissipate as you realize you are embraced by the nurturing force that is everywhere, always in communication with you, aligning with your aligning. You exist in unity with all, including the protective spirits who share their wisdom, and you are being nudged along the path your soul needs to travel to have the experiences it craves. I'm literally stumbling on my words because this is just so wild, and it's literally summing up everything we were just talking about. Pay attention to the signs now. They remind you that each of us have inspired dreams seamlessly sewn into the fabric of the invisible world. And there's a great consciousness that exists in the seemingly empty spaces, guiding us on our journey. Open to the truth, letting the wisdom of the hidden realms inform you, providing insights your conscious mind overlooks. Wow. It takes courage to face challenges, and right now Panther Spirit is here to say that you are braver than you think. Now is the time to take a risk and step into a different aspect of your being. Speak as you've never spoken before. Act as you have always dreamed you might have the courage to act. Love fearlessly and fully, and expect to feel the adrenaline rush as you are initiated into a new, braver, bolder self. Panther Spirit says the time for dreaming about what you want to do is giving way to that first courageous act towards reclaiming your Panther Spirit and power. Your new identity may may feel strange at first, but you have what it takes and your soul wants this. Be bold. I love that, because it really is telling me that this evolution that you're going through, in order to receive your manifestation, you've gone through this evolution, and who you have become is this powerful, more bold version of yourself. And through this embracing of this version, it's going to bring this manifestation in so much more smoothly. Like, you're already on the precipice, and that this is like that last little change that's going to bring it in. And it starts with you shifting your mind from seeing reasons why it's not working to starting to see the reasons why it is working. And if that's something you're already doing, then this is just confirmation. You're already on your way there. Like, it's happening regardless, but this is more about your evolution and you understanding this, shifting your mind to see the reasons why something is working out for you. Later on also will give you the strength and power that you need when you want to manifest anything. Like, it will help you feel so much more secure in yourself to manifest anything else that you want. You won't feel like you need to ask for permission or any of that stuff. Like, you'll just know that you have the power and strength to manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. I'm also seeing, I'm going to find it, because I'm also seeing the death card in this deck. Like, specifically, I'm seeing it in my mind, but reversed. Here it is. Like, this is how I'm seeing it in my mind. And I feel like there's a message for some of you with, like, these two. Things are being purified in your life to create space for this manifestation, to create room in your life for it, or in your mind for it, or in your energy for it, so that you're not trying to overwhelm yourself. It's like if you have a fridge, it's a silly example, but if you have a fridge and it's full of food and you want to add more food, you're going to have to get rid of some of the old stuff, because the new food is not going to fit, or it's just going to feel so overwhelmed and so stuffed that you're not going to find anything in it. And that's what this feels like with this death card too. It's like things are being purified in your life for this manifestation to come in your mind, in your energy, so you feel open and freer rather than weighed down by more stuff. Alright, this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, and thank you so much for being here. I hope this message helps you, and it was such a strong, powerful download. I had to give it, so yeah, I hope it resonates and it helps you. If you wanted to dive deeper, you can book personal tarot readings through my website. It's in the description box. And if you like this reading, then like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video or reading. Bye.